In the chronicles of the so-called strong, right, and independent and Wakanda forever queens out here, you're gonna have a woman here who claims, well, apparently it was on video. I don't know if there's another video attached to it. I don't know if there's another video attached to it, but she says she got robbed in front of three guys and none of them helped. That's what she took. She doesn't blame the robber. This is what she now I'm looking at this. She must have been overseas. She must have been overseas. Um, they don't have a tag thing. But so she got robbed. I think she was overseas. I think she was overseas and there were probably American men next to her. And apparently she got robbed by whoever. But let's take a listen. Let's look at the this is the response because she doesn't have the video of them actually robbing her. She just videotaped her response, her emotional response to it.
That was not real.
Wait. Regan, guess who's in town? Jeremiah.
No way, really?
Let's see that.
That was not real.
Wait. Regan, guess who's in town? Jeremiah.
No way, really?
Let's see that.
At the end of the day, it's still a man's fault. you're just like you're just like I'm sorry. I don't know if there's any women listening to this, but and let me say this up front. I don't believe a man is entitled to a woman's body. I don't even believe a man is entitled to a relationship. I don't believe a man is entitled to sex. I don't believe a man is entitled to marriage, all that. Your body, all of that. And I am definitely that's how I believe that. Like I trust me, like I'm very consistent. Now, to be fair to men, we need to stop this in terms of the women. You guys are not entitled to a man's protection. You're not. You're not entitled to a random man putting his life on the line for you and he doesn't even know you. Like you're not entitled to that, especially not in 2024. Especially not in 2024. The laws that have been signed in, particularly by individuals in the left, even though this didn't happen. I don't think this happened in America, but when you're talking about in America where you'll have other women complaining about them being attacked or something happened to them and men didn't come and protect them. Like there's literally laws now written in by the left where a man can get in trouble for protecting. You know what I mean? They literally can go to jail, prison for this now. And women have voted these people in. Women have voted people in legislation. They voted for this. So in 2024, if you're a woman and somebody take advantage of you, you're not entitled to protection. You need to call the cops. They're not even entitled. You're not even entitled for somebody calling the cops for you. All of this throughout time, this is just a courtesy. But like I said, there used to be a social contract between men and women, but women have completely violated that social contract. Now, that social contract is void because women have torn it up. They've tore up the social contract. Now, in the guidelines in the social contract, there's still things that they want to keep. Like, men paying all the bills, right? Men just providing a protector, just automatic up front. Whoa. We in a different time now. We live in equality, right? Equality. But like I said, women don't really want equality. They want to pick and choose. Particularly when you're talking about American feminazis, right? The American feminists, they like to pick and choose which part of equality that they like. There's no congruency. Let's look at the comments. Somebody said, what about the gender equality or being strong and independent? And then somebody said, why would I endanger myself for someone I don't know? I do not owe you anything. Like I said, look, my body, my choice. Look, if there is a woman getting robbed in front of me, it's unfortunate, but I'm not going to put myself on the line for a hoe I don't know. That's crazy. I don't even know why people would do that in the past. And guys, anybody that's listening to me of other races, take the black community, for example. Do you know you'll black women will complain about black men not protecting them, even though I'm talking about the cemetery I'm talking about The grave is full of all types of black men that went that they are in the grave or in jail right now because of a word of a woman. I'm talking about, do you know how many gang wars have started because of a woman? Somebody's sister getting piped out by a dude. Somebody's sister, something happened to him. They got beat up. She got beat up, or she couldn't take an L. She was hanging around in the wrong neighborhood, even though the brother told her not. Do you know how many black men that are incarcerated or in jail? Incarcerated or in the grave because of a word of a woman. And I'm talking about black men will put themselves on the line, and they'll have families and still put themselves on the line. And then black women will turn around and talk about, oh, black men don't do anything. we're not protected. So just anybody in the mainstream society, take note of that. Just to let y'all know. So it's never, you know. And they said they robbed her, and she has her phone and a huge smile. Okay, Clout chaser. That's what I was about to say. She got robbed, and the first thing she thought to do was to video record herself laughing at herself. Like, talk like, what a narcissist. Somebody said men want to see women suffer. I'm convinced. So because the men are not putting themselves, I'm like, these people got, like, men, we got lives too. Men got families, men got brothers, they have sisters, they have people that rely on them. They can't just put their lives over random hoes. We men can't, we can't even afford to do that shit no more. Now, and the stuff that women will say about men, and then they will turn around and talk about, I got robbed, but none of these men helped me. Like, remember the brick lady? I got busted in my head, and none of these black men here protected me. And meanwhile, nothing even happened to her. She was scamming the public. But it's like, it's always the go-to. It's not even to blame the person that attacked her. It's to blame the people that didn't, quote unquote, step in. And what the fuck? Oh, man. So somebody said, man, dudes are still crying about the bear thing. Let's move on. let's move on. Anyways, let's move on before I lose my damn mind. I cannot believe. By the way, if any women are listening, stop saying you'll take a bear. That's because the new crop of men, they're really the autistic ones. So the more you keep saying stuff like that, like, men, like stop stop dissing the men that are like, I'm talking about these dudes still want to protect these hoes, and y'all talking about, I'd rather the bear, I'd rather get mauled. It's just like, okay. Anyways. Somebody said you didn't need a man, remember? Yeah, like I said, like, particularly when you talk about TikTok and these pages where they just continually shit on men and like all men are predators. Like, there's consequences to that, dog. There's consequences to that. Somebody said, oh, okay, this is a man trolling. He said, I would have verbally said, bear, help her. But like I said, like, first of all, when women say I prefer the bear, they obviously don't mean it. But still, if I was advising women, I would tell women, just stop saying that in general, because men are going to take that to heart. And you can say, oh, they're too sensitive for saying, yeah, but like, that's crazy to like say. Like, there'll be this whole think pieces on Reddit about why a bear is less, and you're just like, oh man, you're just like, oh, okay. I guess you'd rather be alone in the woods with a tiger as well. It's like, okay. Like I said, these are the same women that, like, I'm talking about, like, I've been in situations, these are the same women. They see a spider and they'll be 6'2", and they see a spider and they hide behind me and I'm 5'7". Like, I've been through these kind of situations, and you're just like, it's a spider. So you're like, okay. Anyways, somebody said blame feminism. Somebody said thanks feminism. Like I said, women don't understand feminism. They created their own cage with feminism. They're talking about chivalry and all this stuff. Look, man, feminism, the consequences of feminism, they actually made the men up top, the evil men up top that we supposed to be worried about, they've actually made those guys more powerful. And what it has done is actually free the average man from being responsible over you people. So the average man, they're not responsible for abroad anymore. That's not, you're not a responsibility on anymore. Feminism has actually freed men, but a lot of men don't even realize it. Now, I think a lot of, particularly when you're talking about men in their 30s and their 40s that are still single and childless, they're actually starting to realize, actually, this is good. You know what I mean? And, you know, somebody said, aren't you an independent? You don't need no man. Like, these are the same people. We don't need a man in the 21st century and all this stuff. Then something like this happened. And the first thing they do, instead of getting a police report or whatever, the first thing they do is to blame the men for not stepping in. What? You can't tell men you don't need them. You can't shit on them for umpteenth years and then get mad when you don't get the protection from those same men that you're going to need. Like, what? Where do they do that at? You know? Yeah, telling men. Somebody, I see in the comments right here. I remember hearting this comment right here. And I'm going to leave it at this before I sign off. He says, telling men, or I think, oh no, she said, this is a woman that made this comment. She said, telling men to mind their own business constantly and telling them you prefer a bear and that you're an independent woman and don't need a man is exactly why men will decide not to help when you demonize all of them. Men will generally feel scared of the woman more than a man to get involved in order not to get an SA charge. Crazy world. And what she's saying is facts. I am not trying to get a charge. I'm not putting my life on the line. Man, dude, recently I was in New Orleans, right? A couple of months ago. I was in this club looking for the club promoter for an event that I can't give you the details on. And it was packed, full of ninjas, right? And these three women come through the club door. Woman falls down, damn near busts her whole face. Instinctually, even though I wasn't even attracted to the broad, instinctually, and I'm telling you, not even like instinctually, I wanted to help her off rip. But then I just like, I remember, I'm like, oh, first of all, my brain went, oh, this probably is a setup. So I stepped back because of that. But there will be more incidents like that in terms of it really in real life. That's how I roll now. Like, even if a woman needs help, I'm not going to put myself on the line to just help a random broad I don't know. That's just, I'm not going to do that, you know. And it's not out of hate, it's just out of self-preservation. I don't want no charge. I don't want no woman saying, oh, you touched me wrong coming up. This has happened to men. I don't want to get set up, because sometimes, you know, women will use situation like that to help other men rob you. You know, so it's like, and I realized, I'm like, damn, it's kind of sad of a world where I'm already hesitant to even help somebody just slipping and falling down, because we're just I'm just that self-conscious about the repercussions